Hello, I'm Han Solo. Welcome to Han Solo Music. Today we're going to be going over the very basics of playing guitar. How to hold the guitar, how to make proper notes, and a couple of your most basic chords. So, the first thing to know is the string numbers. The strings are numbered like floors in a building. String 1, string 2, string 3, string 4, string 5, and string 6. You might think the lowest pitch string was string 1, but it's not. Now, kind of ironically, kind of backwards, the goofy way that everybody remembers the letters on the strings is Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. So this is the E string, the A string, the D string, G string, B string, E string. They're just numbered the opposite direction, low to high. The frets are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Going higher in pitch towards the body of the guitar, going lower in pitch towards the headstock. The next thing that you should know is how to properly hold the guitar. You can have either a classical stance, which is what I like, or a traditional stance where you're on your right leg. I'll be doing classical stance today. The first thing I would do is work on your strumming with your different note increments, right hand only. I would use your pick or thumb to work on your downstrokes first, and I would work on your quarter notes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the way that I teach my students to keep that note slow is to swap out numbers for pizza toppings. So we're going to go cheese, 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 cheese. You can't say cheese very fast without it sounding goofy. Cheese, cheese, cheese. So we're going to go cheese, 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 cheese. When you graduate to your next faster notes, those are eighth notes. So instead of 4 per measure, we're going to do 8. And for that, we're just going to say pizza. Pizza, 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 pizza. Once you're comfortable with that, I would graduate to the next faster note increment, which is triplets. That's where we're going to do 3 strums per quarter note, 3 strums per cheese. For that one, I use pineapple. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. And I would practice that for a minute or so until you're good at it. And when I say a minute, I mean in like a minute per practice session, maybe daily. Once you're good at your triplets, you can graduate to 16th notes, where you're playing 16 strums per measure. That sounds intimidating, but all you have to do is say pepperoni 4 times. Pepperoni, 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 pepperoni. And I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 notes within the same period of time. So those are all the different note increments you're going to be working with in the beginning and through an intermediate and even advanced stage. Now you only have 2 hands. Let's talk about your left hand. Your left hand thumb wants to live on the back of the guitar neck, about on the middle. If somebody in front of you can see your thumb, it's too high. And this is the most common mistake guitar players make. You'll see it everywhere. Doesn't make it right. You want your thumb, if you could see through the neck, to be about on the middle. And there should be space in between the neck and your palm. You should never touch your palm to the neck of the guitar. And here's why. If you have a couple of inches of space here, I can shred on string 1, string 2, string 3, string 4, string 5, string 6. You could get a 7-string guitar and you could even shred over here. You could even play strings that aren't there. But if your thumb is too high, then you have to use your backwards muscles to get to string 1. That puts your hand in a very bad position, and that's going to ruin your playing. It might take years to recover. So the trick is to develop a parallel palm like this. And that way you can reach over with your fingers nice and arched. That way when you're doing chords, all the strings can ring out. You don't want to be so caught up here that you have to pull back. You want your thumb on the back of the neck in the middle so that you can do all these chords. So I would practice with your chords, starting off with E minor. And you could use these two or these two fingers, but you're going to be covering up strings 4 and 5 on fret 2. And when I say fret 2, I mean behind the fret, in between the two frets here. You don't want to be on top of the fret because that makes a buzzer note. You want to be behind the fret so that the string is cut off exactly at that point. So you press the string behind the fret. With your E minor chord, once you can comfortably make that and hear all the strings ringing, you can check one string at a time. If maybe one isn't coming out, you can manipulate your hand, try squeezing with your thumb. Make sure you're on your fingertips. And you can usually get that to come out. From there, I would practice your note increments that you practiced right hand only before. I would start off with a slow cheese note. Cheese, 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 cheese. When you're good at that, graduate to pizza. Pizza, 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 pizza. When you're good at that, graduate to triplets, the pineapple. Pineapple, pineapple. That one's more kind of like a waltz. But when you're good at that, you can graduate to pepperoni. Pepperoni, 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 pepperoni. From there, you can mix it up. Pepperoni cheese, pineapple cheese, pepperoni cheese, pineapple cheese. You only have two hands. So once your right hand is really dialed in and programmed, it's pretty easy to focus on your left hand. And if your left hand technique is strong and you're not gripping the neck and stuff, this should be pretty easy. Once you're good with E minor, you're going to add your finger 1, and I would use these two fingers for E minor if you can. You're going to add your finger 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to add your finger 1 to string 3. So it's like an E minor chord, but you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that's E major. That's one of your most important shapes. Practice your pizza toppings. Cheese, cheese, pizza, pizza, pineapple, pineapple, pepperoni, pepperoni. Work on any strum patterns you may have came up with. This is just an idea. Pepperoni cheese, pineapple cheese, pepperoni cheese, pineapple cheese. Now, your next chord, I would just go down to the very next set of strings towards the floor with the same exact fingers and the same exact shape. And that will give you A minor. And those two chords happen to go together perfectly. And that way you can focus on your strumming while you're doing the same shape with your left hand. So I might start off with your cheese, cheese. Go to pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. Go through all your toppings. And I would practice going back and forth between those. Starting off with elongated forms, maybe 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. And you have a nice little Spanish theme right off the bat. Pizza, 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 pizza. By the time you add your pineapple cheese, pepperoni cheese, pineapple cheese, already rocking. It all starts off with combining pitch, which is the chords you know, and the rhythm, which is we refer to as pizza toppings. So I hope that's helpful, and let me know in the comments section if that helped you out get started on the guitar. Catch you next time.